Hey guys, today we'll be taking a look at ATutor 2.2.1. I have run it on XAMPP 1.8.3. So yeah, let's start the XAMPP first. Okay, so can open the browser and localhost ATutor. Okay, so this is the public page that we are seeing. So we'll try to find if there's another public page for us to view. So HD docs. Right. Right, the login PHP that we have visited just now. So right, we'll take a look at how it looks like. One thing in particular is these things. User location public. It seems to indicate that the files have these things that they are publicly accessible. So we'll do a grab here. So yeah, we can see a lot of files with public. Let's simply try one of them. Maybe this one. Let's see. Oh, okay. Need a tutor. Tutor. No, this one doesn't seem to be. Let's see this one. What about this one? Maybe this is more of a module than a page. Okay, yeah, I'm wrong, maybe. But yeah, what about this one? Index PHP usually accessible publicly. Okay, but they have some authentication code here. Yeah, yeah, this is the file we are going to see, but yeah, let's give it a try first about the. Let's verify if it's publicly accessible. Okay, yep, it seems to be, and there's some find people function. Okay, yeah, this ATutor is the user that I've created before this. And let's take a look at this one. Okay, so where's that thing here? In social, right, index. Oh my god, did I just, sorry, let's, oh, I think I didn't copy out that thing. Never mind, let's do it from here. Let's copy the full path. So yeah, okay, here it has a user location public thing, and it it doesn't seem to require any authentication, as we have already tried just now with some simple ATutor. I mean a character, it come out the user that I've created earlier. So let's go down there. If it's a random key, this add slashes, it seems like it is some sort of sanitization function, and integer value page, if it's that page, yeah, it doesn't seems to be really helpful. But this thing Q, yeah, this seems to be related to the one that we are searching just now. I mean, let's give it a try. Get request parameter Q. If it's set get Q. Okay, so let us set Q, and we'll set Q equal to maybe, let's try A. So you get a tutor, exactly like what I did just now. And yep. So the thing is, yeah, you can get a tutor. So let's see. Okay, we can try to put some, the semicolons, which is usually going to break the SQL query. So yeah, we can try with something like this. So 4 A and 1 single quote. So okay, just now the A that the small character A that leads us to lead us to the ATutor. It should be okay. Seems like anyway. Let's do it again. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, we can see the query that it actually executes over here. So right, anyway, if we do the this add a single quote, it seems to break the query itself. So as for where is this, how to enable this logging, it's in a file called mysql.cnf. I think it's my.cnf if I'm not wrong. Yeah, this is the my.cnf in XMPP. So yeah, you can see I have enabled general logging and point the location to that mysql.log. So this is where the logging is. So yeah. So the thing that the value A, it's of the Q parameter is passed into here. So let's take a look at what about the A single quote thing. It's actually stored in PHP error. So yeah, you can see here. This is the SQL that's causing the error. So invalid argument, those things. So we can simply try double single quote actually. Then we'll see that it's no longer here. So it's most likely in here. Yeah, you can see double single quote. Yeah, okay. Anyway, yeah. Okay, yeah. Right. So yeah, I've written some simple script to test so we can automate this stuff. So yeah, I mean the logic is pretty simple. Yeah, it's not really written by me, and yeah, I basically didn't make any modification other than to make it runnable, I mean interpretable by Python 3. So yep, basically this is the Python script that is going to help us to automate the um, SQL injection thing. Okay, so we verify that we put in this 4A one single quote. We get the same error, and yeah, we can check in PHP error as well. We get this query. Yeah. Okay. So what happens next is okay. Yeah, since we can do SQL injection, so the classic thing is to do the union query. So we can give it a try, but yeah, to see whether it's working. So yeah, because we have the luxury to access the database itself directly. Not to say we cannot know the column number if we doesn't. Anyway, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so actually we can know that there are 23 columns in this AT member tables, and AT member tables is the table that I mean the value of Q parameter A and these two single quote is passed into this select AT member. So if we want to do a union query, we must make sure we have same number of columns as this AT member, and that is where we can, yeah. I mean, if we are not sure about what is this, the type of variable like in for the each of the field inside the AT table, you can simply use now, since it is castable to any types, and yeah. So right, you can see we can execute it successfully, and there's a part. But before we look into these things, we need to take a look at the search frame thing, because as you can see in the index PHP, after we set a queue, and yeah, it's actually the query itself after it's getting some sort of sanitization here is passed to this query. But since we are able to do SQL injection there, I mean, it's most likely the sanitization didn't work. I mean, the double single quote thing. Anyway, let's try to find where this search function is, so we can just grab this thing. Okay, it's here. Okay. Okay, sorry. I didn't copy it, I guess. 260. Yeah, search run. Okay, search run. Yeah. Okay. The thing we pass for is just passing the query, so everything else is default. So yeah, query is this name thing. This name thing, okay, it does some sort of matches. Try to match something starts with slash or something. Break the name by space that accommodate the query. Anyway, so it sanitize again, explode. Explode is actually some PHP function that separates a string into an array. PHP explode. Let's see. So split a string by a string. Yeah, separator and string. Okay. So separator and string. Separator, which is a space and name. So you will take a we'll take a look later that I mean conventional SQL query that with spaces is not going to work here because the whole query is separate into single element in the array when it's separated by this space. So we'll take a look later how we are going to bypass these things. Anyway, let's see subname as piece. So right, piece. Yeah, this one looks familiar. This is the thing that we see in the MySQL log. If you are, let's see, we can. Okay. If MySQL log. Yeah, this is select AT member where first name like something. Okay, this is not the one from the web UI. This is the one we execute in the backend memory. So the one from the web UI probably we use the Python string. Let's get rid of the single quote and let's do it again. So you can see, yeah, first name like, second name like, last name like, login like. So this is exactly what we have seen in this part. First name mesh paste like something. Okay, second name, last name login. Yeah. And you may be wondering why the n is not here. It's because they trim back of it. Actually, I'm not quite sure why they trim back for it, but presumably it get used somewhere else. Not really. After you define, you try to trim it. Yeah. So anyway, so if search my friend is equal to true, so as stated earlier, we do not pass anything other than the query inside. Sorry. So this is just the name. I mean, the name. So by default, search my friend equal to false. So we can omit this whole part for now. Else, select from table prefix where check it's just okay. Let's go also asterisk from table prefix dot member. Where, yeah, has a member ID session skill. So it appends the thing here earlier, the query part. First name equal blah blah blah. Basically the thing in after where. So it appends to this things. Table, prefix, member. Probably this is the AT member thing, yeah. Let's just assume it is. And where the query up there, yeah, these things. First name and all those. So after that, offset. After that, I just do a query DB. Okay, we'll pass the whole SQL inside. And array, just an empty array, I guess. For each row member equal to row, blah blah blah. Yep. Anyway, so this is the search brand part. So if we go back and take a look at the index public, after we get the search, after we do pass the query to the search brand function, it's passed to search result. So search result. Okay, it separates the search result into two parts, key and value pair things like ID and array. Okay. So for each of them, I'm going to do this. Pass the member ID to this print social name. So we're going to take a look at what is this print social name doing. Right. Okay, let's find out where is this print social name. Okay, 561. Okay. If it set string, no, not it's set, then set is empty. Probably just to initialize and ATprint get display name ID. Okay. So the ID that it passed in just now, it get passed into this get display name. Okay, so now we are going to take a look at where's this get display name. So it's here, line 289. Get display name. And not ID. Not 0. True? Not 0. Done session login. So it has there are values in this get display name, so I think it shouldn't hit this thing. It's set dbconfig global. Not really useful for now, this one. Right, so if the ID starts with G underscore gas, yep, select from gas. I guess this stands for gas. And else, okay, select login, first name, second name, last name. Okay. This is going to be a problem then, because even if we do a union query, it's selecting 4 of these out from them. And it seems to return in a way that there is a login, first name, second name, and last name. So our union query couldn't really retrieve anything here. I mean, I have did some testing. It's about Yeah, we can try to union two things. Right, I'll show you this. We can try to union two things like mysql-u use. So yeah, we can try to union these two tables. Yeah, by the way, this is the things that's going to bypass the space thing. Multi-line command, and yeah, this is the command character on MySQL. So to force it to omit whatever shit that is behind it. Yep. So this is the login first name, second name, last name from AT member. Is it from AT member? I'm not very sure. Yeah, I guess it's from AT member. Yeah, again it passed the table prefix things. AT member, okay. Potentially we can union these two. It's just that when I do a Python, let's history get a Python. So, right, 833. Yeah, the thing is we do not directly control the query here. We do not have direct control over the query here. Because these things that's passed inside this ID is actually separated or something, yeah. It's not the full things that is being passed in. So the things that we control is inside the index public, which is okay, inside the search brand thing. Okay, search brand. Yeah, it's only this part that we are controlling. So that asterisk from AT members were something. So we are only controlling these things. And it doesn't seem to pass the things that we want to inject back inside there. So, I mean, because the output return on the GUI, ATutor thing, it's not from this SQL query. This SQL query, you just get the result, and you pass back to index public.php, and yeah, it get cut into half. Not really half, I mean, search result gets separated into these two variables, and you pass these things to here. Yeah. Okay. So we do not have direct control over the things that is going to display in GUI. Get display name. Yeah, we do not have direct control over this query. So it turned it into a blind SQL injection. Yeah, because query result is not affected. So let's see. Yep. And I guess that's about it for now. What is this things? Oh, probably database change. Right. So yeah, one thing to mention is that these type of errors is not really going to be in production environment. This PHP error is display is because I have enabled the display error on. Okay, so you can see production value is usually off. So if we off it, right, then we restart services. If we do a Python again, yeah, it's not going to produce any error. Or let's just use the easier payload, A1. It's not going to produce any error. And PHP error log. Yeah, you can see the error here. It's just that it wouldn't be displayed over the response. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video, I guess.